with the company OpenQQuantify, then I had a couple questions for you, because it's a company different than a whole lot of companies that I've seen before. Like the recruitment method's different, the organization's different. So just had a couple questions, like what inspired you to create a company like this?
Right, so we always had the community in our primary focus, and we decided to make a company for the community, by the community. So we operate differently. We make sure that we are inclusive in our company. Anybody can join. We make sure that we take care of each other. We keep a really nice relationships with hackers and stuff like that. Everybody can contribute the way they want. So if it goes along the project pipeline, they can contribute what they're really most interested in. And sometimes when we post a job, and I kid you not, like unpaid internship, we get 2,000 applications within 2 weeks. Everything is transparent. Unpaid internship in the title, in the body of the post, unpaid internship. People have came up to us and they've asked us if they should pay for an internship. And I said, absolutely not. I don't believe in that. I believe that education should be free, first and foremost. I think that what we're doing is pretty much bridging the gaps in between what the community really needs in technology and electronics, and building a platform for them to really do this. So the whole supply chain of electronics. And we focus on news media as well. Created by the community, for the community, genuinely. These are community fellows, and anybody can join. That was the whole idea between our companies.
Yeah, absolutely. And it seems like a wonderful idea, just get like the community growing. So how, with that many applicants, with thousands of applicants, how do you go about selecting which interns you're going to work with?
So we give everybody a chance. We genuinely give everybody, we try our best to give everybody a chance. Genuinely. And throughout the whole process, we tell them everything that they need to know in order to succeed with us. And we sometimes tell them, like, chill with us. Like, just literally just chill with us. Like, just do something from time to time, and you will be part of the company, right? And you will watch us grow, and we will keep you with us. Like, just literally, yeah. Be with us, grow with us.
Oh, yeah. Totally. And it's like you mentioned, like, be with us, grow with us. So how has the company grown and changed since you first started the company?
Right, so we first started at a hackathon at Berkeley, University of Berkeley, California. Our application was the only application there that was, on the more fully developed side, application-wise, whereas other people had really great presentations. So people came up to us, they came up to me and asked to be part of the team. And we were like, okay, let's do this. One side of the company broke off. My side of the company continued to work on advanced research and development projects, while the other part of the company, four guys from Virginia, decided to just continue with doing chat assistants and bots and behavioral assistants and stuff like that. So over time, and we started in quantum. So we went into quantum like right away, generative AI for quantum. And this was before quantum was even that hot.
Yeah.
And then we worked a lot in that area. We started simulating quantum systems, processes, all of that stuff. Then we gradually went into the classical. It's like we're going from the future backwards, right? So we want to lay out a really nice foundation because we have identified key areas that are not open enough yet. So we literally work on technology. We free the technology up, bridge the gaps in between, and help people develop what they want to develop. Yeah.
That's a really good answer. And so with the industry and with the growing company and with the split and everything, then I'd say it takes a certain type of person to like survive and make it in the field. So what qualities do you think are important to have and like to survive in this field? Or what qualities do you have that have enabled you to like survive and make it in the field?
So we transitioned from, I guess you could say, from the beginning of the company. It was just 4 of us at University of Berkeley, California, doing a hackathon. Then my company, it literally went from 8 people, because it expanded in like a couple months, to 8 people, to something like 50 people right away. And it just grew like crazy. It just grew like crazy.
Yeah, and that's just because like you're getting like unpaid interns and whatnot, right? Organizing them into teams, doing projects.
Right, and I think that the best quality and traits that have helped the team grow, I'm not talking about myself, because it's not about me at all. It's about how people really work with each other. That's what it's all about. In the end, everything is all about how people work with each other. So it's just about the ability in order to inspire ideas that evolve within our community. That's it. That's all it is about. On the whole bigger picture of everything, people want to explain like how this goes, whatever, 5 steps, 20 steps, 50 steps, 100 steps, whatever books you read. In the end, it's all human interactions.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good way of putting it. It's like if you've got a good team, you can kind of just make things work. You can figure stuff out together. Yeah. It's like you can learn more effectively. I totally agree with that. I guess the next question that I've got for you is, because I'm kind of like just starting out in the career field and whatnot, and you just went through that whole process yourself, so what sort of advice would you give to people who are starting out in the field, who are looking to get involved with companies like yours or other companies in the field?
I would say that work on something that you're passionate about. Whatever it is, if it could inspire action, do it. It doesn't have to be inspiring action in just your friends or something like that. It could be inspiring for you at a deeper level that you want other people to understand and you want people to work with that actually really want to understand the fine details of how to make a symphony. Yeah, that's the way people work together harmoniously. Make sure that everybody is on point with their understanding of the subject. If somebody is not at that level yet, then bring them to that level and do it fast in a way that they're able to understand. So when you're working with people, make sure the people understand you. Make sure that we can understand each other very well and work on a problem and solve it carefully. No matter how complex any problem can be solved if people work together and in good faith.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a really good answer. I guess next question is probably pretty similar to the previous one, but it's like, how do you stand out? How do you like break into the field? Because of course, starting out is the most difficult. So I asked about like what traits are important. It's like, how do you just really like make your resume pop, for example?
So I would say it's all about the experience that you have, and your dedication to completing a task, which is what people really show on the resume. So whatever it is, make sure that you dedicated yourself to completing the task and explained it just the way you did it. What was your thought process behind that, and how do you see it play out in your future? You can define your career path that way. I think it's cool for people to do a little bit of a lot of things and try, and figure out whatever they want to do. That's why we have such an inclusive company. It's for people, the people. They come with us and you could learn. We'll try to support you as best as we can through our journey. And that's how we took it from zero, literally zero, nothing, to what it is nowadays.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I've heard projects are important, like from a lot of people. So would you say that as well, that you just need to get some good like projects on your resume?
Yeah, there's many projects out there. We could put out 1,000 jobs and still put out another 1,000 jobs.
All right, perfect.
There's so many things to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the area of technology.
Yeah, and I want to kind of tie it back into the company then. So with the company, then what projects have you worked on with the company that you're proud of, that you think look really good or have added a lot of value to the company?
So the multi-model agent pipeline, so the expert agents that we've created, the data that we got them to understand, the pipeline, the engineering pipeline for solving different tasks and allowing user feed in order to make it custom, whatever they want to build within this area of technology. In theory, they should be able to, if you parameterize the system. So we're called OpenQQuantify because we believe if you quantify the system, then you could simulate the system within that environment. So that's how we look at things. So define the problem and then approach it with a solution. If it's a problem that is infinitely difficult, simulate it for a long time. You're going to be able to solve it eventually. The multi-model agents can be set off in order to pretty much train themselves to a certain level. And this will get better as the future comes. But yeah, they will be able to train themselves autonomously to a certain point. And we've been able to bridge the gaps that way. So we've been able to really make the glue in between tech an easier path for people that want to develop things but don't currently have the resources to develop things.
All right, perfect. And then just one final question for you. You mentioned that the multi-model agents, that those will continue to improve over time as you develop those, especially on the website. I was checking out that today, just about how cool it is to be able to see like all the like circuit boards and all the simulations done on the website. But what other changes or what other things are going to be happening with the company OpenQQuantify and the other companies that you run? What big changes are going to be happening in the future?
So we're going to transition to quantum simulations as well, and because we came from quantum, so we have that knowledge. So we're going to go into quantum simulations and pipelines for engineering there, transcribing logic back and forth, making things very easy for people to develop from a high level point. all the way to the lowest level points of engineering of the system. So that is what we wish to provide to people. That is our mission. Regarding the whole supply chain of electronics, we wish to leverage all components and a very high level of intelligence for how to build things in order to help people build whatever they can dream about. Right? So they can approach us with a new idea and we'll always listen. The primary stakeholder within our company is the community.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good answer. It's an exciting thing going into quantum everything for the future, because that's like the next big thing, along with AI. And,
yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I guess, is there anything else before we wrap this up? Is there anything else you want to talk about with the company?
No, I think this was really cool. I like the way we did the podcast. This was the first podcast, so we're gonna show people this first podcast, and I think it's going to be pretty funny. Like, this is literally, we did this super spontaneously. Like, it's almost like I want to just show them this scene as well, right? Because it's just, I want this to see behind the scenes, to actually get a feeling of who we are, like what our goals really are. Like, making us, everybody can do this. Everybody can join us. That's our goal. Everybody can do this. Go ahead and do it with us. That's what we want to do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's kind of fun, like doing the whole little podcast thing, like figuring it out. I hope I had good enough questions for you to get you think a little bit about the company and whatnot.
Yeah, it's great.